set up here. Hey, welcome to Tuesday Talk. Can't believe it's Tuesday again. So we're going to try to simulate a $600 vase. I'll show you a picture. You may have seen the little blurb I put out. This phone's very unreliable, so hopefully I'll get a picture on here. There it is. Okay, so this is what we're trying to achieve here. And if you're watching on YouTube, we're live, of course, and or you wouldn't be watching. And then we're also live on Facebook, and we're on the LaVintage Decor page, and also cross-posting to the workshops at LaVintage Decor page. So if you're watching on either page, it would be awesome if you'd share this video out, because that really helps my YouTube channel grow and just helps my small business whenever you share. So anyway, so this is the vase again. This is the Capodimonte vase, and it's worth $600. This one's an antique, but we're going to kind of simulate the look. So if you pop on, say hello, and we're going to be doing all kinds of fun classes here. A lot of them are already posted on the workshops at LaVintage Decor page. So I want to show you what this looks like. So this is the vase that I already have one. Now this is a metal vase, and there's one coat of slick stick on here. It had already been painted previously. And here's what this vase looked like before it was painted. So we're going to put a coat of slick stick on here, and then we're going to get working on the flowers on this one. So if you come on, say hi. I'd love to chat while we're crafting. And I'm going to put the screen down a little bit so we can get started. Okay. Oh, I have to show you my arm. Did you see that? I posted that earlier. It's kind of fading a little bit, but I was stamping and I was masking, and so I must have leaned into a mask. So it looks like I have a tattoo today. So that'll be the only tattoo that I ever have. Okay, so we're gonna take this vase and put a coat of slick stick on it. So let me get my stuff out of the way here and down that a little bit. Okay. So slick stick is a bonding primer, and this is from Dixie Belle. And I already have a brush wet with it because I painted that other vase. So like I said, it was previously painted and it chipped a little bit. So I thought, we're going to put some slick stick on it. I'm going to put a coat on. This is easy when you do this because you can put your arm over it. So I'm going to start up at the top and just get a good coat on here. And we're not going to worry about the inside of the vase, obviously, because of the way the neck is. You really won't see in. So that is all good. Hope everybody's week is going good so far. I had a good day with had the grandkids for a while, and then took my grandson for birthday shopping and out to eat, and that's always fun. So it only takes a minute with a nice big brush to put a quick coat on, and it dries pretty quickly. So I'd probably recommend 2 coats. I'm only putting one on the other one just because it already had been previously painted. There we go. So that is done, and we're going to set that aside to dry. And actually, we're going to set that vase aside for a minute too, because we're going to work on some molds. I have the camera way down on YouTube so you can see what I'm doing. So you can't see my face, but I'll keep talking. Okay, so this is the roses mold. Where do they come up with these names, right? No. The rose mold is beautiful, and this is the first time I opened this. And I do sell IOD products now in the shop, and that's why we're having all these classes to get you familiar with them. And most of the classes all include a mold and or whatever we're working with, whether it be transfers or stamps. It includes or equivalent amount in what we're calling IOD dollars, and that means if you don't, if you are taking a class and you already have what's being offered, you can use it on something else. So that's how that's working, and they're in full force. Our second class is on Thursday, so you can check it out and you can sign up in the link. And then we also started back in September on the 24th with the beginners chalk paint class. And then we're going to be doing an advanced techniques and then the cabinet painting classes as well. So busy, busy. So what I'm doing right now is dusting the molds with cornstarch. They will unmold much easier. So I have been doing a lot of molds lately. I have a video coming up Saturday that is really cool. It's a pantry door that was made from a hollow core door. So you won't want to miss that one, but I did a lot of molds on that one. So I'm using IOD's air dry clay to put in these molds, and I'll tell you what, this clay is awesome. It's really very pliable, easy to work with. So I'm just going to warm some up in my hand, and I'm going to start with this big mold here first, since I have a big glob of clay, and just going to work it out and around. I hope that we're doing okay internet-wise tonight. I have my my source close to me, so hopefully we're doing okay, because my husband's going to be on a Zoom call upstairs. So we're streaming in two places, and so hopefully we'll be okay. And if you look at my fingers, they are not dirty. They are, I've been stamping. Like I said, gave myself a stamping tattoo today, and you know, it's just when you're using black ink, sometimes it's just a little messy, but that is fun though. You're not having fun unless you're getting ink and paint and everything else all over you, right? That's the way I look at it. Okay, so these IOD molds have what's called a micro rim, and that is a patented thing. So you can take a flat edge over it and get your excess clay off. I think this is flat, not entirely. I grabbed it out of the drawer thinking it was flat. But we can get some of this excess clay out of here. You just want to make sure the back of it is, so I jam it over back in there. The back of it is flat. Okay, this knife isn't working so well. Okay. We're just gonna roll with it like this. So basically, you just want to get it to that edge. And as long as your edge is clear, it should pop out pretty easily. Oh yeah. Beautiful, right? You see all the detail in there? Okay, so we're going to make a few and see what kind of design we can come up with. And we'll refer back to our picture of the Capodimonte vase. And I know that we're not going to, you know, really get as close. You know, they have a lot of really small flowers on it, and their flowers are also dimensional, like their petals stick out. So these ones are, obviously have a lot of nice detail, but the petals aren't dimensional on them. They're not sticking out from the piece. So that's the difference. And it's a $600 antique. So that's the other difference. So again, just pushing the excess clay out of the mold, and using that cornstarch really helps it release. I have one at the shop and I have one here. Always just have a box just for this purpose with a brush in it, ready to go. Wow, that one just popped right out. And again, the detail is just amazing. Trying to get it so you can see it. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, let's keep going and make some more. So I also grabbed some different colors of paint that all kinds of pastels, apricot, and a color that I had mixed, which is kind of a rose color, and lavender. So we'll have all kinds of different paint colors. I just posted a beautiful pillow today on the in the classes. You'll have to check it out. And if you go to lavintagedecor.company, that's my website. All of the classes are listed there too. Oh wow, this is so pretty. These roses are gorgeous. I love them kind of as they are. They look really pretty, like white pottery or something. I was watching somebody do some thrift flips today that gave me some ideas for some things. I always have a million ideas going. Right now I'm working on 2 challenges, and they're both due at the end of August. One is a Make It Shine challenge, and that is from Do It Yourself magazine, Makers Central. And there's a little rosebud. And then another one is, it's a Victorian floral vintage kind of challenge. So I'll be doing that one as well. So that's what's going on. Oops, I forgot I already got some clay out, but we'll fill this mold. And we'll soon be ready to start gluing it on the vase and then get to painting. So I think we'll only do one vase tonight. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to put a coat of slick stick on, how quickly it goes. So that's why I coated the one that didn't have any paint on it, but it does need another coat. But like I said, we'll probably focus now on finishing this vase, or at least getting it as far as we can tonight. I think we'll get pretty far. So yeah, I've been busy getting these classes ready. We have a fall porch sitter Thursday's class is painted jeans. So it's bring your own jeans, and you get a stamp with it. It features the we're doing the yeah, I can't say chrysanthemum stamp for fall. But you could do the peony stamp if you wanted. But check them out. They're fun classes. We're doing them every Thursday. At Le Vintage Decor. Wow, that came out nicely, really nicely. I'm not gonna try and lift it too far. I'm just gonna kind of move it out of the way because it is a little delicate. One leaf came off, but that's no big deal. Okay, I have 2 more buds to do here. And then I think maybe we might need another bigger flower. I'm going to go ahead and fill this other mold. Okay. So I hear it raining out there a little bit. Haven't minded the nice little bit cooler weather lately. I'll take it. I still don't want summer to end though. It's been a nice summer. Really nice summer this year. Got to go away, and I'll tell you what, that's so good for the soul. I think I want to, well, let's see. Okay, so I have a little dent on here. So I'm sure when they were making their $600 vase that they didn't have that to deal with, but we do. So okay, so I'm just gonna kind of lay these out. I thought I turned my do not disturb on. Hang on 1 second. Do not disturb. Okay. Now we won't hear the beeping. Okay, I lost you for a second there. Okay, I think the best thing to do is just to start gluing, because that's what I think. I'm going to use my mold kind of to help me hold this thing. Okay, I'm going to be using, well, kind of a combination. Let's see what works best here. Lean's tacky glue. I like using that. And also I have some E6000 here. So we'll get started with the tacky glue, because I think I put a hole in the top of it. So it feels like it's full, but I don't know that we'll get the best results with this. If I have to, maybe I can put a brush in there. Yeah, I've got lots of glue. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, Facebook, you're having trouble seeing me here, but I'm just using a brush and putting Aleene's tacky glue on these, and you really want to make sure that you get this glue out to the edges, that you get a really good bond on this, because otherwise it'll stick up and won't last. Because the clay tends to shrink just a little bit. So we can paint it when it's wet, but just be aware that it's going to shrink a little. Now in this case that I used the slick stick, that's kind of also going to be our base too. I have Haint Blue here, which is a super light blue. It's almost a white blue. I might go in and use that a little bit in the background too. So, okay, that's a pretty good amount of glue on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started and lay this down. Okay. Kind of wanted it over this way because I want that bigger flower more in the center. So you want to press it down in the middle. You have to be careful when it's wet because you don't want to lose the detail that's in here. So if you come on while we're live, please feel free to say hi. This is a big one, so we're getting a good bit of glue on here. This is the largest piece I have here. Titebond Thick and Quick glue is really good for doing this, because if you're gonna, stand it up and have it be vertical, that way it won't slip on you. Because I've had this, even this glue do this, but I'm putting it on pretty thick. So I think we're gonna be okay. So obviously my vase is not totally flat here, and I kind of have it, the piece that I already did, off to the side, so. Okay, so we're pretty well glued. All right, and here we go. I wish I could remember what this looked like. Okay, I feel like my flower's sort of upside down, so I'm just gonna turn it around here. Okay, so is it looking like a $600 vase yet, do you think? My voice is echoing in the vase. I really could like this just all painted out white. I think that would be pretty as well. But we're going to give some color to these flowers. Okay, looking good. Let's do this one here. Hey Sandy, how are you? I got a lot of glue on here. As long as it doesn't seep out, it's better than not enough, right? Okay, so hopefully we have this sort of not upside down. Okay, I feel like it's upside down, so we're gonna flip it. There we go, that wasn't so bad. Okay. So I know it's maybe hard to see a little bit, but like I said, I would even like it with the white. This is going to be one of those, thanks Sandy. This is going to be one of those peeling my fingers nights. Okay, let's see where we're going to put these leaves. I didn't cover my my dent yet, so I've got to do that. Okay, this is going to be a delicate operation here. Very delicate. Okay, I'm going to lay it on here, get it glued, and then kind of flip it. That, my friends, might be easier said than done, but, you know, we always make it work. As Tim Gunn says, make it work, designers. That's what you have to do. I feel like I'm losing leaves, but we'll get them. Yeah, I'm like totally sticky. We're just gonna put this on here. So I lost leaves and I stretched the stem, but it's okay. Once it's on there, no one's ever gonna question the leaf placement or anything. Oh, here's the other leaf. Okay, because right now I'm not remembering how it looked. We'll put one there. Yeah, very sticky. Okay, I think we'll turn that and try to figure out where another leaf goes. Maybe this comes down here and then we put another one up there, kind of ish. Like I said, I don't think it really matters, but we'll try and make it work here. Yeah, don't think anyone's going to inspect it, right? Hopefully they'll just admire it. Okay, so I have a bud here. I think I'll put that here because I definitely want to cover that spot where the dent was. I'm ready to get painting. And these molds are great. Like I said, you can paint them right away. The longer they sit, like they kind of get like a little bit of a crust on them, but you just want to be careful when it's still wet because you don't want to lose the detail on them. Okay, I've got a lot of glue here. I'm just gonna lay this here a second, and I don't know how this is gonna work because I'm putting my fingers in the water that is my paint water, so we'll see how that works. Okay. All right, let's see. I have a couple buds left. Large one here. And I'm actually kind of pleased with this for a composition. I mean, our inspiration piece had a lot of flowers, but these flowers are much bigger. So I think this is a very nice arrangement. So I think that it's kind of just what we're gonna roll with here. And I am gonna try to take and get rid of some of this excess glue here. I want to make sure that leaf doesn't go down below the vase. Okay, I've got one more bud. Where are we going to put it? A little stem was falling off there. Okay, that needs some glue. Of all the glue I have on here, the little stem needs it. It's got glue now. Okay, so one more little bud. All right, and let's see. I think we'll just have it here. Okay, I'm gonna go around and get rid of the excess, and I want to take a look and see my composition here and see if I'm happy with it, and I am. I think it looks good. So I'm just gonna kind of go around and just make sure that I don't have just a whole lot of excess glue here, because glue will make your paint crackle, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Considering our inspiration piece is an antique, maybe it had some crackle. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is, okay, better close up my glue, but I'm just gonna leave this lay here a second so you guys can see that. Yeah, I think this brush might be a goner now. Wasn't a favorite anyway, but I really made a mess of things. But like I said, it isn't fun unless you're messy, right? I think there's still glue in here, but we are done for the moment. Okay, we're gonna get our water out here because we're definitely gonna kind of do a little bit of a wash, kind of a real watercolor kind of look. Again, I'm gonna kind of go over it, just make sure everything's down. All right. I may use the same brush throughout. Sometimes I like the way that looks, but I'm just kind of using, this is a paint that was mixed up. It was a custom. Boy, Megan, if you ever watch this, Megan that worked in our store, we made a custom look. It was supposed to look like brick to cover some graffiti that was on the store beside our 11th Avenue store. So if you're watching, Megan, this is the paint we mixed. And it's still good. This started out with muscadine wine, and we put all kinds of colors in there. So just starting with this color here, this custom mix, and I have water on my brush, so I'm being kind of careful that my paint just doesn't run. Now we can come back in and do some shading, but we have one rose done, and let's get this apricot color, or apricot, and I'm gonna leave that other pink on there and just kind of blend this up in. Like I said, we can even use some of this on the other rose. We can just kind of mix it up a little bit because, you know, in nature, it's not everything is just one color. You look at leaves, you see red in the leaves, you see green in the flowers. So just try to blend the paint on there, and it gives a more more realistic look, in my opinion. I am such a floral freak. I just love flowers. I think most women like floral prints, but be wrong. I know I do. Anything floral, I'm just crazy for it. Okay, so that's looking good. I'm just gonna do a little blending on here. So my brush is really wet, so I'm just gonna like come to the base of these petals here and just put some of this color in and in the center there. And I can just dip my um, brush in the just straight up water here and just kind of even blend this a little bit more. Give us some shading. And we can even do the same thing and go in the apricot and put a little light on the edges of the leaves, the petals. So, you know, the light hits the tops and the deeper colors are at the base of the leaves and stuff. Okay, so that's looking pretty. So let's try a little bit of lavender here. I guess I have some blue colors here too, but I don't know about blue roses. I don't know whether there's blue roses or not. I love this lavender color, so I don't really know about lavender roses either. I've seen purple roses, I think. Pretty sure. Feel free to weigh in on that. Okay, that edge wasn't quite down. It'll dry okay because enough of the roses is down, but it might even give it a little bit of extra dimension. And we'll come back in with this one and give it some shading with some of that rose color as well. So how are we doing? Is it looking like a $600 vase yet? Again, when we get the water on there, we kind of want to be careful that it doesn't just run right off of the leaf. And I kind of want to get the tops of these so that when you look at it from the top, okay, so let's do a little shading in there. I'm gonna dip my brush and then again kind of pull up from the deep part of the base of the petals. Just kind of bring that color up to give it some depth. And again in the center. Okay, and then I'll dip again just in the water and just kind of spread that around just to blend it. And what we can do is get in the apricot here too and make that the highlights on the flowers on the petals as well. Okay. All right, let's see. I know I have some peony here also. The color, no, this is Plum Crazy is the color. But we'll do a couple buds in the plum color. And again, we can put some of this color on the other ones as well. Just kind of marry them all together. This color is going to be really pretty to put a little bit on the leaves as well because, like I said, you know how rose leaves especially, you see a reddish color in the center of them, of the leaves as well. Okay. I think I'll do this one down here as well in this color, this Plum Crazy. Certainly is a gorgeous color. I don't want to get too much water in there so it doesn't run away. Okay, I got a little on my vase, but I also have glue there too, kind of stopped it. So, okay, so I think the rest is leaves. Okay, like I said, I think it's kind of good to get a lot of this color just kind of all over the place. So I'm even going to come back in here again, maybe get some of these a little bit, just get a little bit of that color in there. Can't see what I'm doing all the time. Just kind of doing that as a like a dry brush kind of thing. I just think it's kind of marrying all these together a little bit, like they came out of the same bush maybe, but it was one of those great hybrid collections that were all mixed together. How about it? Don't you have to tell a story when you're being artistic? Here, I'm liking that. Let me get some green. Huh, if I had some green. You know what? I did not bring kudzu home, but I happen to have this jar of apothecary, which I might mix. I don't know whether it'll work or not, but if I can get it open, I'm going to smack the table here. Sorry, I apologize. I may have to go run this under hot water a second to get it open. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh boy. Okay, I'm not having very good luck. I have some mermaid tail, which has a lot of glue in it. So I'm going to start with that. I know it's a little crazy, but I'm going to start with that, and then I will get some of that green in there. Yeah, that's really blue-green. So we're definitely going to have to tone it down, but I'll get this color laid on here first, and then I'll work on getting the container open, and we'll get a little more green on there. So far, I'm pretty happy with the vase. And I think what we're going to do is use the Haint blue color and paint around it, and then we're going to kind of go along the top and give it a little color as well. You know, I don't hate this color for leaves. It's a little kind of fantasy color, I guess, but I'm not hating it. It's really kind of bright and pretty with our other colors, so I might go with it. Because I do want to bring some highlights into the leaves of the pink colors. I know rose petals have more of a, or rose leaves rather, are usually a little more green than this, as opposed to this color, but also I'm not sure my rose colors are realistic either, so it is a nice blend of colors though, so. I don't know if you can hear my husband upstairs, but he's on his call. I just want to make sure I'm getting these edges. I will say this is a far cry from what it looked like in the beginning. I want to get around the edge of this. I didn't. Okay, now that I have this color on here, I'm going to go ahead and just like get a little bit of that pink in the rose leaves here. I just love the way that looks. I think it looks realistic. Get a little water on there. And I missed a bit of the leaf here. Okay. Taking a step back here and taking a look. And gonna put a few jar lids on. I think it's looking pretty good. I like it. What do you guys think? So I'm gonna take my Haint Blue next. And then I think I'm going to keep the mermaid tail out and do a little shadowing with that. See, we didn't need that old DIY paint there. All right, so here's the Haint Blue. This is such a light color. And I'm going to, oh, I didn't close up my clay. Got to do that. Otherwise it'll dry out. Okay, I had a bag here. I'm going to just kind of wash out my brush that I had my slick stick. You like it better than the $600 one? Wow, that's ultimate praise, Sandy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I actually kind of like the rose part of it better because the other one had a lot of little roses with a bunch of different colors, and I kind of like the composition of this one a little bit better, but you know. Who am I? But we both agree, so then that's cool. Okay, again, I'm using Haint Blue now. Ooh, I hear some thunder, like a big crack, so that means I'm not going to be on here much longer at all. So we'll make this fast. Might have to get a little detail brush in here just to get in these areas. I know I'm bad. I put my brush in all the colors, and I know you're not supposed to contaminate your paint, but I figure, hey, it's my paint, so, I don't think it's illegal. I think it's just, one of those things you're not supposed to do, but I am getting a little too wet. I don't really want that much, but that's what happens when you just get your brush out and just start. I don't want to ruin my roses here. Let's get a little more paint on there. Okay, we are in the home stretch here. Now, if you wanted, you could do the whole way around the vase, obviously. I'm just going to put that in there because I don't want to get it wet again. I'm just going to make sure I have around the edges of my flowers. Sorry for turning it away, but I can't see, so. And if we get some of that other paint in there, that's okay. We'll just blend it out as well. Give it a little more dimension. You know me, there's no accidents. It's always good, right? It always works. Okay, I got a little bit of that wet coming down on there, so I'm just going to use the paper towel and just kind of blot that off. Okay, I really like the way it looks. So now what I'm going to do is, sorry, I keep going back and getting more stuff on there, but I just want to make sure that I've got it all. Okay. Hang on here. Well, I'm going to get the mermaid tail anyway, so I have all this paint blue on here, so I'm going to kind of get a little bit more over the back here just to get some of that blue paint off there. And yes, I'm going to be bad and dip it in here. I've done that in so many different paints, but I just want to go along the edge here. And just kind of blend this color down. Just a little bit of it, just to give a little something to the top of the vase, and we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. And don't worry, I'm going to get that dark stuff, but I just want to finish it off with this. Okay, now I can sort of blend that paint in. I'm just kind of bringing it up onto the other paint just a little bit. It's just blending in with that paint blue. I don't want just a solid line. Okay, I'm gonna grab, I don't know what happened to that other brush that I had. I probably put it in the water, but I'm just putting a little paint blue on there and blending it down into that. And I could use a little water here on that to blend that together. Okay. So you see how soft and subtle that looks? I'm gonna do the same up at the top now. I'm gonna dip it into my paint blue and just bring it up into the mermaid tail now. Back into the paint blue. Just kind of finishing that off a little bit. Bringing it down in. Very subtle. Okay. One last thing. So I have this mermaid tail on my brush. I'm going to kind of make a little halo thing around our roses. All right, I think this is our final product. So let me put the screens up here and get some things out of the way. May I put this up? There we go. All right, so here's our finished vase. Remember what it started out with? It was just a black metal vase, which you can see inside there. And we can kind of clean that up a little bit too, because that paint isn't completely set. So I can take a wet paper towel and just clean that up and leave it black inside there. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I can see a little blending that needs to be done, but I do really like it. So that's it. And I want to thank you for joining me. I'm not sure if it's worth $600 or not, but Sandy, like I said, you paid the ultimate compliment when you said you liked it better than the $600 vase. So thank you so much for watching tonight. Tune in on Saturday to check out the pantry door that I did from the hollow core door. And again, if you enjoyed tonight's content, share, give it a like, thumbs up, whatever. I appreciate anything that you do. And if you aren't subscribed on the YouTube channel, please do that. That would help. All right. Have a wonderful night. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.